Welcome back to Yard Central. I finally went to 35s on my 2016 Jeep Rubicon. So the wait is finally over. This year, I finally decided to spend the money and get my 35-inch tires. Last year I was going to, because of some other factors, it didn't make sense to buy them then, and I had some life left in those tires, so I just rolled with it. This year they had to be replaced. So I searched, looked at many tires. So some of the tires I was interested in were the Toyo Open Country MT. Wasn't sure if I wanted to go to an MT though. I was debating on sticking with an aggressive all-terrain. So BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s were in play. But then I also heard about the KO3s that were coming out. So I thought about giving them a try, but then I couldn't find information on when they'd be released, and I couldn't wait. Another tire I was interested in was a Firestone Destination MT2. I had a friend that was looking at those a while ago. He didn't end up buying them because he missed out on the deal. But those, I wasn't sure if I wanted them, but it was something I was interested in. Also with the BF Goodrich, I was also thinking about the BF Goodrich KM3s. Once again, I had to decide whether or not I wanted an MT or not. Now that is a tire that really interests me, but it was at the higher end of my budget. And I wasn't sure if I really wanted to spend that kind of money. Another tire I was really interested in trying, and I would actually love trying sometime, is the General Grabber X3. Heard really good things about those tires. Love what I hear about them, love the look. Would love to give them a try, maybe one day. So then I was looking at all-terrain tires. Like I said, there was the KO2s, possibly the KO3s. So really interested in Toyo tires. I have Toyo tires on my wife's car. I had them on one of my cars many years ago. And so that's one of the reasons I was interested in the Open Country MTs. Also work with a guy who has same year Jeep Rubicon, and he said those are the best tires he's ever used off-road. So it's definitely interested in those, but once again, wasn't sure about going with the MT. So they had other options. They have the Open Country RT, which is a hybrid MT. I thought about that, and also the RT Trail, which is a hybrid all-terrain. So it's a more aggressive all-terrain than their AT3s. Looked around for those tires. I was kind of leaning more towards the RT Trail. And the closest ones I could find were about 3-4 hour drive away each way. Places were not open on the weekend. I worked all week, so it became really difficult, so I had to drop those. But then they also have the AT3s. My brother has the AT2s on his truck and really likes those. They perform really well. They're actually ready to be replaced, but they perform really well. So I decided to look at the AT3s and some others. I called the dealer, and that was actually one of the best deals I received on any tire. So I jumped on them. So I ended up getting the 315/75/17 Toyo Open Country AT3s. Now so far, I've had those tires for, was it a month and a half now, maybe 2 months. And so far, I love these tires. Now I ran into one issue, which my Jeep has. I bought it with a 2-inch budget boost, I believe, that the previous owner already had installed. So I knew I'd have enough room to run these tires on the street, but I didn't think I'd be able to run them off-road. Now, with 3 people in the Jeep, going over a large speed bump, the fenders actually rub. So that causes an issue. I don't want to automatically delete my rear fenders. So I think my suspension might be sagging a bit. So I was going to wait till next year, so it looks like I'm going to have to look at getting a lift sooner than later. So, but for now, because of that, I've had some dirt roads, things like that. Now my brother has a long driveway to his cottage. It's steep and there's some sharp turns there. Going up that with my previous tires, the Duratrax, there was minimal slip going up there, but there was some. Just recently, I was going up that hill, and in two-wheel drive, no slip at all. Just drove up. They performed amazing. So I mean, it wasn't that big of a test, but I did notice a difference compared to all the other times I went up that hill with my previous tires, which were also worn. But so I've been happy with them. They're a little noisier than I expected, but they're not noisy. They just a little more sound. But I believe that is because of the gap between the treads, which give it that aggressive look and more performance off-road, I believe, compared to something that is more street-oriented. So that's what I want. I believe it's a good step for me as opposed to going full MT. So far I'm happy with them. I'm going to see how they go. But to actually really get to test them out, I'm going to have to do something about the height of the Jeep. So we'll talk about that soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.